Thanks for tuning in to the 3D Desire Dreams Dating Show in Second Life. I'm your host, Indigo Queen, now King Zamani. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's get on with the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 3D Desire Dreams Dating Show. And this is an impromptu show, wasn't scheduled. Our guests are, why don't you introduce yourselves, ladies? We have Dr. Diva.
Yeah, my name is Dr. Diva Tees. I am on the grid. I'm a founder of a sorority and I role play in the game with a huge family.
Awesome. And we have my sister Jaguar.
Hi, I'm Jaguar Boulay. I'm a hostess on the grid. I host at many different clubs and I love it. I'm here for the love of the music and just being me.
Awesome. Welcome, ladies. And finally, not least, we have Luna, my new friend, Luna. Well, she's not really new, but you know.
My name is Luna. I'm part of Mancini Group. I am their team logistic, and I love to build, chill on the grid. Just typical things, as many of us like to do.
Yes. Welcome, ladies. Welcome to 3D Desire Dreams Dating Show. It's so good to have you all here with us today. And we decided to do this impromptu show because we had some things we wanted to get off our chest as ladies on the grid of Second Life. And we were talking about how it is dating here in Second Life. And 3D Desire Dreams Dating Service had an event for Valentine's Day, and it was a speed dating event. And we had difficulty getting the men to show up. So we wanted to just share some of our thoughts and experiences that we've had on the grid dating on Second Life. And it can be fun, it can be rewarding, it can also be hella stressful. Right, ladies? Would you agree?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It can be.
So, what do you find, Luna? You had a really great question to ask us when we first started having this conversation.
Yeah, I was asking what was the stupidest pickup line you ever had?
And I told you mine, which was, somebody that really doesn't, has been my friend for years. And all of a sudden, for some reason, recently, he decided to look at my profile picture. He was looking at my profile. I was like, I don't know why. All of a sudden, like I've known you for years, and he got in my box and was complimenting me on how beautiful my picture is, and can you get between my legs or some crazy such nonsense. Um, and I said, yeah, but if you're looking at my profile picture, didn't you just like look at my profile too, which says that I'm taken? I'm in a relationship already. Duh. Okay. And then he stopped talking to me, actually. So that was
Of
the
course.
dumbest one I've had
Typical.
recently. The dumbest one. How
The
about you
dumbest
guys?
one the dumbest one I've had is going to a sim and I had on blue jeans in the game, a blue jean outfit, and someone said, "Oh my God, you look so good, blah blah blah. I would love to see your legs." And I thought, well, you could just res up some legs. I mean, they all look the same pretty much. Um, I will not be changing so you can see legs. I don't understand. It's not like it's real life, they're cartoon legs. So I didn't understand why
Well,
you were asking me
maybe he was
that
coming
question.
from Meta, because in Meta they don't have any legs. Facebook Meta, they don't
I
have any
mean,
legs.
it's not like it's hair. And I haven't seen one avatar with hair all over it. I don't understand why. What did you think? They look like everybody else's legs. So that was the dumbest question. And I just don't know if you just didn't know what to say to me or if this is your pickup line for everybody and did it work
Oh.
if it is. But for me, that was just the dumbest thing you could have ever said out your mouth. So I really
Mm-mm.
blocked you at that point.
Yeah, I would want to know the details if some girl just went onto it. Like, I'm really curious. Ooh.
Can I see your
So,
legs?
audience
No.
that is watching us on YouTube and you dating in Second Life, what is leave their comment down below. What are some of the dumbest pickup lines that you've experienced? We'd like to know. We're curious because we're nosy. Jag, do you have one you'd like to share? And Luna?
Some idiot
Oh God, it starts good.
seen seen my name and he's like, "What do you bite?"
That's all.
I'm
Okay.
like, you know what? I said, just a minute, and I just hit the mute button and went on finish shopping. Cause
He said, "Do you bite?"
uh.
Yeah,
I
that's
would say
corny.
yes. I would
That's
say yes. I
corny.
do bite.
That's bad.
Well, I'm pretty sure
I'm
he
like you.
either
I wouldn't have answered. That's just not what I could waste breath saying anything, and I choose not to waste my breath saying that. This breath I could never get back. I can't
right,
ever get that back.
right.
So no, that was a dumb question. Go find somebody dumb enough to answer.
And Jack's right. Oh boy, you know.
Yeah, I bite your head off. Like, yeah, sure.
Oh.
Go
I
ahead.
know, cause he was ugly.
Oh!
Yeah, I wouldn't waste the
How do you
energy
have
anyway.
an ugly
Even
avatar? That's the thing, right? Okay, I'm
You
sorry.
know what? You can look at people, size them up, and when you look at the feet, he got Fred Flintstone feet, girl. Ain't nothing.
mm-mm, mm-mm. He was an alt. He didn't even try. He was an alt, hiding out from his
He
family.
Oh,
was so
Lord.
Come on,
busted up. My feelings was so hurt.
Oh, Lord.
for him, right? Because
Lord, have us
how many
mercy.
ways you could improve?
Waste
So,
my time with your Fred Flintstone feet and that pointy
why,
hair coming
Jack?
out
Why?
your head.
Why? Why, sis? Why you gotta go there for? He might have been a newbie. Maybe he didn't figure out how to make the
Uh,
feet work yet. Okay,
Fred
Luna.
alt.
Luna, what was your
Uh,
experience?
my stupidest pickup line I ever heard was, "Oh God, um, are you standing here alone? Why are you standing here alone, dude? What am I supposed to do? Pick up my alt with me? I don't know. Maybe drag somebody on the leash. What? What do you expect
My
me to
my
do?"
res- my response would be the same as you.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I noticed you're standing
Apparently
alone as
not,
well.
because he was busy with responding. So I don't know about that. I wouldn't be sure.
yeah, some of these pickup lines are really corny and they don't work, guys. So do better, okay? And because none of you showed up here today, we can't get your point of view. So if you would like to share your point of view, send me, Indigo Queen Zamani, a message in world that you'd like to be on the show and voice, you know, how you see things. Because we're willing and we're open to listening to you too. Anyway, so getting back to, that last line, which was, why are you standing alone? I often find that most women in Second Life usually show up to these events and they're alone. And, we'll have a club full of women and no men. Do you guys see that often in Second Life?
Oh
Every
All the
yes.
time.
day, I mean, every time I host, it's mostly women. Once in a blue moon, we'll get a lot of couples or, a lot of singles and whatnot. It depends because, real life is like at the ultimate high right now. It's much more a priority now than it was 2, 3 years ago. So, I guess it depends on what people want, what they want to hear, what kind of vibe they're looking for, so I think it's a matter of choice. But yeah, it's a lot of more women coming out than men.
Do you
I mean, I
think?
think.
Okay, go ahead.
Mhm,
I'm
go
sorry,
ahead.
Diva.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think on the game, um, if you're gonna role play, be serious about your role play. If you want to role play a family man, be a family man. If you want to role play somebody or something else, do that. But life is short, and we shouldn't be playing with people's feelings or emotions, you know, as a game. Not even in this game, because some people carry this into their real lives. And we just need to be mindful of how we treat each other, you know, with respect and consideration. And if you don't want to be bothered, then, don't lead anyone on and don't play games with them. That's just how I feel.
I agree. I agree. Just be honest and be upfront. Let people know where you stand, right? And if you want to, if you are playing, I think that is how I feel about Second Life and real life.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, that if you just want to, have friends with benefits, just let a sister know, right? And I'll tell you straight up if I'm interested, because there was a time,
I,
I ain't gonna lie, there was a time when I was, interested in just friends with, benefits. Okay, not
I
anymore,
think,
right?
yeah, I think being fair, honest with what you want is what you should do. Again, to your point, if you want to say, listen, I just want to hang out a little bit, then say that. Or, no, you know what, I really want to be a part of your SL role play, then say that. And I
Right.
think so many people are so concerned with crossing this SL into RL that it just messes everything up.
Well, when you say that, what do you mean that they're so afraid to do that? What do you mean?
I mean, like, there's people that will take this SL game, be a couple in it, and then move on to some RL, which it gets pretty complicated depending on, the situation. I've seen a lot of that work. I had left the game at some point, but before I left, I knew few friends that would travel to go see these men wherever they lived. And I knew someone who went to travel to see a guy who was in Mississippi, and when she got there, it was nothing like what he said it was going to be. He lived in some dirt road on a trailer down the road from his grandmother, and didn't have it. And she had to pay for everything. She had to pay for gas wherever they went. Whoever went to get food, she had to pay gas money for that. She had to buy the food. But she was kind of felt like she was trapped down there for like whatever. I think she stayed 2 or 3 days, and she had to start asking her friends and family to send her money to come back. And I just thought that was just the craziest thing. And I told her that. Why would you go down somewhere trusting somebody's word, and they're not even feeding themselves, let alone how could they take care of you? And when you get there, you got to pay for everything.
That sounded like a setup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy. She went and I think played the role of concubine for 3 or 4 days, and then ended up coming back home. I was like, you are very blessed and lucky that you got back home. You don't
I'm
know what that
telling
was.
you.
You don't know
So
what
it
that
looks
Mm-mm.
was.
like there's recently kind of problem of the men being um too proud. Their egos are too big, like, and they are just not attached to the reality. They create something around them, and then those poor women that wants to be loved, that wants to be in the relationship, they just get into that web that they created. And as you said, uh it's not just it's getting dangerous because those women are getting outside of Second Life and they just get into it in real life.
Well,
Look
I
at
have
you.
had some, I have met, and I have met many people who have had uh, successful real life relationships with the person that they met in Second Life, wound up getting married and having children and establishing a family. However, just like in real life, you have to use discdiscernment, right? You have
Mm.
to be mindful of who you're dealing with. You can't just roll up on any old body and decide, okay, yes, this is the love of my life, and I'm going to marry them, and I'm going to go to their house, and everything's going to be great and wonderful. Like there are some things in real life that give you red flags, and there are things in Second Life that should be giving you red flags that should let you know, yeah, this is not the right person for me, you know. And that's some of the things that we talk about here in 3D Desired Dreams dating service. And sometimes you just want to be buddies with a person in Second Life, and that can lead to real life relationships. But again, you have to use discernment. Period. You know, you hear of women that and men that meet somebody on these dating apps and they go to their house, they get robbed, you know, or you know, worse, traffic, you know. So there are things that you can do to protect yourself, I think. But I wouldn't say that all relationships in Second Life are going to end up badly. And just like all relationships in Second Life, in real life, are not going to end up badly. You just have to be very mindful of who you're dealing with and who's the other person on the other side of the avatar. I mean, right?
Yeah, that's not what I was telling. That I don't think that every relationship will end up bad. No, no, no. That's not where I wanted this conversation to lead to.
Well, sadly, it happens.
But it does. It
Yeah.
happens here. It happens, you know, with every dating app you use. It happens in real life, and people have to be, you know, they have to use their discernment. They have to use their heads, thinking skills.
Well,
Well,
I think it comes back to being honest. I think for me, it comes back to just saying what you want. Just
Yeah.
being honest. Again, life is really short for games and confusion. Just be honest about what you want. And I think give that other person a choice to accept those terms or not. Period.
true.
I mean, if I want
Very
to
true.
run around
Absolutely
like a
true.
rabbit 6 months of the
Absolutely true.
year, I need to tell you that so that you're not shocked when you see me running around like a rabbit. Just say what it is that you want, be honest about it. Be okay with, the response. Be strong enough to take whatever response you get back, even if it's rejection.
Exactly.
And that's what I
Exactly.
see in life. People can't stand rejection. They don't like to be told no.
Right.
They don't like to be disagreed with. But that's life. It happens. And in any relationship, be strong enough to accept that. I just don't think everybody's there.
True. 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 Well, we have some dating questions on our profile at 3D Desired Dreams Dating that when you fill out your profile, hopefully people will fill them out correctly. And, you know, there are some honest questions that are asked. And, you know, if you're honest, that's fine. And you put those questions, those answers to those questions. We did a lot of we did a lot of research, put those answers to those questions. It can help you to decide, you know, if you want to be bothered with this person. But sometimes people just, I find, just will talk to decide they'll be in a relationship with anybody who says, "Hey, girl," or "Hey, man," right? They go, "What? Somebody's looking at me. Somebody's talking to me." And I think people are just very lonely too, you know. And to have someone, um, you know, all of a sudden give you attention, it's like, oh wow, you know, this guy really likes me, or this girl really likes me, without doing, you know, the deeper. There's more work I think to be done in just relationships in general. I feel.
Mm.
So I do have a question. What pickup lines would work in Second Life?
Good one.
Um, I got one. Hey, it's nice to meet you. I'd like to spend some time talking to you. Is that okay with you?
That would work. That would work for you.
I mean, that will work for a conversation. It's not going to be an instant connection, but it will work to start a conversation. Yeah, you could always talk. Yeah, there's always time for conversation. And then it goes from there, right? It never happens in the first instance of anything. You never
Correct.
meet anybody and just suddenly decide, oh, yeah, we're connected. No, it
Mm-hmm.
always starts with the conversation. So yeah, if you ask, yeah, hey, it'd be nice if I could talk to you sometime. That's how you get to know people. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
Anybody else got any other good pickup lines that would work?
Jaguar has a good one. I think so.
I know, Jaguar, you're
Heard them all
giggling.
Yes,
before.
You're
I've heard them
giggling.
all. I've heard them all.
Well, what would work? What would work? Silence.
Um,
We have crickets. We have
Something
crickets.
like, "Hi, how are you?" Okay, I'm fine. Um, do you know of, say, like I'm in a store and someone approaches me and says, "Hello, how are you?" Fine. Um, do you come here a lot? No, it's a men's store, but can I help you with something? Then I would probably tell him, look, use area search to look for the item that you're looking for, and then maybe it'll take off from there. But the hi baby, yo baby, yo baby, yo, it ain't gonna work.
Well, I'm going to say if you say, hi, how are you in my box, I will respond back, hi, I'm fine, and keep it moving. So that doesn't work for me. But it depends on where I'm at, right? And I'm really very introverted, even though like I'm an actress in real life. I have a talk show and all of that. I'm very introverted, and it's very hard to get in. Period. It's just because
Mm-hmm.
I have a very high standard, right? So in Second Life, if you just say hi, how are you? That is, I'm keeping it moving. But if you
Now,
look at my profile, right, and you find something that clicks with you that I've written or that I'm into, and you start talking about that, okay, now you have my attention. That would get my attention, and I don't care what your avatar
something to
looks like
bond with.
at that point.
You say it's something to bond with. You come
Yes,
in your box with something that we can have a conversation to build on.
exactly. Like if you get into my box and you say, "Oh, I see you're into building." Yes, I am. That would be intriguing for me. Yes, I am. Well, I like to build too, So what are you working on? Or this is something that I've created, and you know, or I see that you're into, because in the profiles it has that you like to dance, or you like to go to clubs, or you like to shopping, and whatever I've picked up in there, and you can click with that, and you get in my box and you start talking about that, then you got my attention. You see, that's how I am.
Well, my conversation starter is my biscuits, because my biscuits are famous in this cell.
I
They'll
did
they'll
not
kill
know
you.
that, but
They'll
now I
kill
know.
you. They'll kill
Okay, this conversation is going somewhere else, I think. Are we
you.
still
No,
talking
Say,
about
no.
the dating?
Jaguar say her biscuits bring all the boys to the yard.
I was
All
just
right.
getting ready to say that. I was just getting ready to sing that. All my biscuits bring all the boys to the yard. They're like,
Are we
People,
still
To the
talking about
yards.
the dating?
people will come to my sets just to get me hot and bothered and have me start throwing my biscuits around.
Okay, now.
Jaguar, no matter what you will say now, it's not gonna.
It's
No,
not going to change what you're
no.
thinking.
I have to bring my biscuits out.
oh Lord, Lord. Okay, guys, you heard that. So if you want to talk to Jaguar, you got to start talking about her biscuits. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, she got
Send
to.
me the
I don't
She's gonna
recipe.
have to elaborate with you what that means. But go right. Feel free.
know. Oh my
I
goodness.
have a recipe.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Thank you.
Luna, what pickup lines would work for you in Second
No
Life?
pickup line will work for me. That's
Oh
the thing.
Lord. So how does anybody get to talk to you then, Luna? How?
Normally, like you just start normal conversation without just being goofy. like a normal human being. Just talk to me like to normal human being. Like you would work with, like you would talk with your buddy. Like maybe not. Okay, maybe not
Yeah, maybe
buddy.
not your
Like
buddy.
yeah,
Yeah.
just with some
Yeah.
respect,
Right.
but just normally.
Okay. Because, like, some
My
people's normal is not, is not
yeah, I know,
normal.
but okay, yeah, with the
Right?
biscuit thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
Oh man.
um, I have one thing in my mind that my grandpa once told me. He told me that if you want to be in a relationship with a man, first off, start off friendship. Make a good bond, have a good friend, and then you will have a man till the end of your life.
Oh, very nice. We like grandpa.
And
Good advice.
We like
yeah,
grandpa.
so if somebody comes to me and starts with, "Why are you standing alone here?" It's like, "No, I'm never alone. I see dead people."
Ah!
Like, yeah, okay.
You
Like,
on your own, girl. Because if I see dead people,
I should start to respond like this. Maybe just it will. I would just avoid the people that are asking me for why I'm stand alone. Like, ah, it's normal conversation, as you guys were saying. Like, start to talk about some hobbies, what you guys like to do.
Hmm.
This is simple.
Yeah,
It's not rocket science.
it
world
really
events.
isn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
world events is cool. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Talking about different sims you've been to that are really interesting is very cool to me, right? One of the places that I love to go, which doesn't get as much traffic as it used to back in the day as it did, is Inspire Park. I love that place. And just hanging out there and, just, it's a nerdy place, but I love it, right? I'm a nerd. So you would have to like really apply to my nerdy side, especially with building and creating things in Second Life. I would find that so interesting if you said to me, like, I want to show you what I built, and I'm working on this project or I'm working on that project. I would think that would be really, really cool. But I find that a lot of people in Second Life just like to shop, and that's nothing wrong with it. I love shopping, but that's all, and if that's all you're gonna do, then I ain't got nothing for you, really.
Girl,
Well,
even
now,
shopping has changed because them fat packs
yeah.
is ooh.
But now, I
Okay,
think the
Jack Reynolds.
biggest talk right now is the My Story.
Oh,
People are
really?
finding a lot to do in My Story. I'm enjoying it quite a
Hmm.
bit because it's very interactive, keeps you busy, lets your time go by. If you don't have anything to do, you don't want to necessarily go to parties, and maybe your family or friends are not online, then you still have something you could do.
And that brings me to another topic of, partying and hanging out, which is fun and fine. What would be a great date for you in Second Life?
I mean, for me, role playing, um, dinner, going for a walk, maybe going dancing or hanging out at. There's plenty to do. Museums,
Mm.
it's all kind of events. That's not necessarily just a party. Um, Spoken word. There's a lot of spoken word. There's probably some comedy things going on. I mean, I would think there's so many creative people that do so many things here in Second Life. I would think um, I would be impressed with someone who would go beyond and find something to do. I think it's opera, it's all kind of things. It's places, destination places to go to. So someone who's a little bit more creative than the average. Oops, this just came across. I just got this conference. Let's go, kind of thing.
Jag?
Hmm. I love my fishing.
Okay.
Fishing. I like the what you call that? Oh, I forgot what it's called. Not parasailing, but you get on a sailboat and you just, glide across the water. I forget what it's called. Water surfing, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the opera in SL. I do like the spoken word. I'm trying to get into that, but my nerves are like, ugh. Um, look,
Do you
I
like to
have
do
a
live
I have
shows? Go to live shows, like live
live
singing?
shows and all that kind of stuff, But then until real life releases me, then I can, you know, explore that more.
What about dating someone who is not a human avatar? Would you guys ever do that?
If they're comical with it, yeah, we can hang out. We can hang out if they're funny, if they're, really outgoing. Yeah, that could be possible.
Well, I dated someone once many years ago who liked to run around as an ant.
And
An ant. A
I
N
have so
T.
many questions.
ANT. Yeah, I know. It's crazy, but he was a lot of fun. He was a lot of
But
fun, and
but
he was funny, and we had a good time. He would sometimes, of course, come out of his avatar and be a human. Like if he wanted to go dancing or do something um, that was required a full bodied avatar, right? Because
Hmm.
he couldn't make his aunt big.
okay. Yeah.
And he didn't have any parts on him. Couldn't dance. Who wants to
Oh
dance
God.
with an ant?
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I don't know why. I know he just liked to do that, and that was his thing. But he was a lot of
I,
fun. I had a good time with him for a little while, and then he became an ass. We had to leave. But um, yeah, so
wait. What?
he
Can you
became an
say that
ass.
again?
He became an ass.
Wait. And became an ass. Oh my God. No. I. Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna have to edit that out because it's YouTube.
I'm
But yeah,
sorry.
he became a donkey behind. That's what he became. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay.
Mm-mm-mm.
That's interesting. But he was this small ant that he
Yes,
could just.
a small ant.
So I have questions. Do you think do you think he played the ant just to creep around to see if anybody would notice? Or I'm trying to, of all the
Oh,
things that you can become,
Right.
um, an ant to me is somebody who would come around who could hardly be noticed. And
That could be
then
the
it's like
reason.
you like spying, and then why would you want to do that? So
I
I have questions. I have questions.
know, right? Well, we're no longer friends. I haven't blocked, so I don't know. We can't ask those questions anymore. Um, because,
oh
like
my
I said, he
God.
became, a little bit nuts. So we parted our ways, and he went his way, I went my way. But yeah,
That would be full time discussion.
yeah,
How
it's
did
a.
you, how,
Go ahead.
how?
It was just one of those things that he did. I don't know what to say. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
my
know.
question is more of why.
I don't know
that
Not so
why.
much
too.
how, but like why.
The first time he resed up as an ant, because when I met him, he wasn't an ant. He was in a human avatar. And then he decided that he wanted to be an ant for a while, and I didn't know why. Um, I was like, okay, no judgment here. Do your thing.
Super interesting.
Do your thing. And yeah, he did do his thing as an ant. That's just, I don't know what to tell
I
you.
mean, after all, it is Fantasy Island, so
It is. It
I
is.
mean,
You
I
can be
guess I
whatever you
still have
want.
questions
Yeah.
as to why an ant, why not a skunk, why not a parrot, why not a dolphin,
A
but
dolphin would
why
have
an
been
ant?
so much better because I love dolphins. I'm a dolphin fanatic, so that would have been so much better. But I don't know what
Yeah,
his deal
just
was about
why
the
an
ant.
ant?
It was so weird. It was weird for a while there. It got very weird, but whatever. I don't know. But
Issues.
would you guys date someone? Because Jaguar already answered. So Luna and Dr. Diva? Would
I'ma
you?
say the way I live my SL, the way my SL works, no. My SL doesn't work that way.
She said no. Okay.
No.
No, Luna.
I
I mean,
mean,
unless somebody brave enough to change my mind,
You might find somebody like an ant that's brave enough to change your
I
mind.
don't
I
know
don't
about an
know.
ant though. I mean, because if you become an ant, you become something else too. So yeah, around me, you would have to be that whole man, but outside, yeah, you
it
can be
was
the ant.
all ants.
Okay,
Oh
let you
man.
practicing to be Ant
Yeah,
Man
the
like
ant
Marvel
hole and
Comics or
everything, man.
something.
It was funny.
Oh no. Mm-mm. Yeah. Okay. Mm. I also play a
Ooh.
counselor, so yeah, I have sessions for those kind of conversations. Somebody might need to talk.
I play stay awake guest. That's what
Oh my God, this is so funny. I'm having such a good time with you ladies.
Mm-mm.
Well, what about like a horse or a dog or, a centaur, right? Some of these
Do whatever
fantasy.
you want to do outside of me. I'm just saying.
Okay. All right. Okay. But some of
I
these
can't
fantasy
participate.
avatars are amazing. Some of them are
They are.
simply
are
gorgeous.
very nice.
And
Hmm.
the other day when I was at the Valentine Hop Shop, these two avatars rezzed up. I can't remember their names, but I let them know that they were absolutely stunning. And they were fantasy avatars, they were together. And I just had to, when you zoom in on people, right, they can see that you're zooming in on them, right? So I'm like, listen, I'm just, your avatars are stunning. I just love them. They're gorgeous. Thank you, for the opportunity. Thank you for rising up here today because you made my day. But some of the fantasy avatars, I remember I was hanging out on the back in the day when Avatar the movie first came out. Um, they created this Avatar sim, and some of the avatars over there looked like they were in the movie, and they were just simply stunning. So the work
Amen.
that people put into these avatars can be amazing to me. And I think that if you came up to me and wanted to talk to me and you were in one of those avatars, I would have to give you the time of day because you're just so creative with it. You're creative with your Second Life. And I love the fact that Second Life can be so creative and people can create whatever they want. I think that's kind of fun. And if you open up your mind, not that you guys don't, but there's an opportunity for you to make some really good friends with people, maybe not necessarily date them and learn, from them as well.
Hmm.
Well, ladies, I want to thank you. I don't want to keep you any longer. I want to thank you for joining us here today. Is there anything you would like to add to the conversation before we close out here on 3D Desire Dreams Dating Show? Diva, we'll start with you first.
I want to thank you for hosting this impromptu show. It was very fun, and I've learned some things, and I will
About
take.
ant
I have a
dating.
And
couple of takeaways, and then maybe open my mind a little to but to your point earlier, I do appreciate the creators and all of the wonderful stuff they do, but as it relates to dating, um yeah, it's just more to think about it for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's something else to add into your repertoire of dating,
absolutely.
and just to see. Not
Yes.
everybody you're gonna resonate with, but you never know. Jaguar, is there something you'd like to say in parting as we close out the show today?
Well, again, thank you for having me here. Um, what I would like to say is, I think people need to love themselves more,
Mm,
put themselves as a priority, and live their own SL and stop being a part of another person's SL, where you're giving your time to fulfill this person's SL instead of your own. You have to make SL your own. Whether
Mm.
you role play, whether you DJ, you host, keep developing your crafts, um, and love yourself. Love yourself. And if you find yourself in a battle for a man, look, sometimes it's better to step out of your comfort zone and out of the to stay out of the box and just refocus. Because the more these women fight for a man, the more popular he is, the more attractive he is to other women. And just be patient.
Mm-hmm.
The right person to come to you. You don't have to look. And I emphasize that so much. You don't have to look for the person. I as a female, I appreciate being hunted because the
Mm-hmm.
man is the hunter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and just like when I watch shows where these male birds have to put on these extravagant dances in order to attract a mate, that's how I would like to be courted in SL. Not saying he has to do a dance, whatever, but that the rules of nature has their rules,
Right.
and they follow it to the T. Whereas we as humans, we're so busy manipulating one another, and it's not fair. Like was said earlier, let that person make up their mind if they want to entertain this or not. So that's why I stress: be true to yourself, live your best SL, have fun, and just don't be, a permanent puzzle piece to another person's SL where you can't enjoy yours.
Thank you, Jaguar. That is so true. Love
You're welcome.
yourself. Love yourself. I am the love of my life. That's one of my mantras.
Mm, mm, mm,
I am the
mm.
love of my life.
Right.
Luna, do you have something you'd like to add before we roll up out of here today?
I would like to say thank you for inviting me here and having this awesome conversation about dating in Second Life. I would like to say that actually what I see is lack of commitment to anything people do lately. And
Mm,
it's hard to find people hardworking, not just the job, but the relationship is kind of work that we should do every day. And it's not effortless. It's always giving us something that we can appreciate every day. And if one person doesn't give something to the other, eventually it will just fall if they don't show commitment to the other person. If they don't respect each other, it will do the same. So I would say that we should work on those two really really good because it's getting worse every day.
respect is something that is definitely uh, would help in having relationships, whether it is a love relationship or you're partnered. Just respect, right? Respect my time, respect yourself, and respect me, and we'll get along just fine. Okay?
Of
That's all
course,
I'm
that's
saying.
what I'm saying. Exactly. Thank you very much.
Don't have me waiting. All right, that's all I'm saying. Right?
That's
Okay.
simple.
Right.
Well,
That's simple.
ladies, it has been such a pleasure having you on the show today, and thank you again for joining me. And if you would like to join us on the 3D Desire Dreams dating show, come and visit us at Indigo Blue Realm, and the links are in the description below. And some questions that I would like to ask the audience that is listening: would you, what pickup lines would work for you in Second Life? And would you date a different avatar? So if you're a furry, would you date a human or a fantasy avatar? And if you're a human, would you date a furry or a fantasy avatar? And if you're a fantasy avatar, would you date a human or a furry? Those are good questions to ask yourself. And also, if you would like to um, receive 1 week free trial here at 3D Design Dreams Dating Service, you can do that by, like I said, coming to IndigoBlue Realm and just clicking on one of the boards, and you'll be able to check it out and see if your profile attracts someone who's interesting for you. It's all about having fun, being yourself, and being honest. And if you're not honest with yourself, well, you can't be honest with nobody else. Right?
Girl,
So
preach.
whether you're a furry, whether you're a fantasy avatar, or whether you're a human, just be honest. Just be honest about what you want. And take it from there.
Great.
Be like water. Flow like water. Okay. So I want you to have a wonderful, wonderful, fabulous day. And I love you all. And thank you for joining us here.
Love you too, Sissy. Yay!
Yay!
Thank you.